Hey, Snackers, this is Kareem Iskander.
Hey everyone, Matt Napoli here.
Welcome to episode 142 of Snack Minute.
The guest we have today is Alejandro from ThousandEyes. He's going to talk to us about observability. It's a pretty broad term, but we're going to look at it from the ThousandEyes perspective. So Alejandro, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself, and then we'll get into it.
Yes, thank you very much. Hi, my name is Alejandro Leon, and currently I'm Technical Account Manager within ThousandEyes.
Cool, welcome.
Yeah, what are you going to talk to us about today?
Well, as we mentioned, observability, it's a very broad concept that we keep hearing about. And well, within ThousandEyes, we can participate in this concept through some protocols and integrations that we're working with. So basically, ThousandEyes provides visibility within the network and in the service delivery chain of any application, right? And observability focus on the experience of administrators to be able to measure end user experience, application, network, and correlate that data, but not only from one source.
I think that's actually a great definition between visibility and then observability. I think that definition gets lost in the mix, and we kind of use some of these words interchangeably. So kind of focusing on observability, providing that end-to-end digital experience is nice, and being able to look at that across the stack. So within ThousandEyes specifically, can you talk about how we start to leverage observability within ThousandEyes?
Of course. So for this, we will need to take about something called OTel. OTel is OpenTelemetry. This is an open source framework that different vendors are compliant to be able to share this between platforms, right? OTel, we have different components from OTel. Basically, I'm just going to mention two right now, which is the OTel protocol and the OTel collector, right? So how we work the observability within ThousandEyes is that through the OTel collector, we're going to translate ThousandEyes data into a language that other sources can read, right? And the OTel collector is the component that is in charge of making the delivery of that traffic to any platform. So, for example, here, this is an amazing integration. A couple of things is that what I like a lot is that you don't need like a big DevOps background to configure this. They are really easy steps for you to achieve observability with ThousandEyes, right? Getting the visibility from ThousandEyes. So, some of the steps that we need to take is, if you haven't created any network testing, we can create it. And we will need to get our test ID. I'm sharing this documentation. If you follow these steps, you're going to be able to achieve this integration. Let me show you how it really looks from a configuration perspective, which is just that we need to take a API calls, right? Right now, OTel in ThousandEyes can be configured through APIs, but there are just really simple steps. We just need, for example, for a starter, if you don't need to create a test and you already have a test that you want to stream the data to, we're just going to create a tag in which, once we create the tag, we are going to assign that test to the tag. In this example, I have already assigned this test ID. It's a page load test. Okay, I'm measuring page load metrics to ThousandEyes.com. I'm measuring HTTP metrics and network metrics, okay? So once we have the tag, we are going to create the stream, okay? To create the stream, we need a couple of data from the platform that we're going to send the data to. And well, we just need the URL, and we're going to need the token. Don't worry, this token, I'm going to change it later. But once we have the token, yeah, and the URL, we confirm that the stream list, that we're streaming from a ThousandEyes perspective, then here comes the magic. We're able to see ThousandEyes data into Splunk. For example, right now, I work OTel with Splunk, and this is the most amazing things. We can now visualize ThousandEyes data into another completely different platform. And the advantage of this platform is that we can integrate it with any other platforms, right? So this way, we're seeing right now ThousandEyes data. For example, here we're seeing latency, packet loss, and Jira network metrics. But also we have page load completion, HTTP completion, and HTTP throughput from that same test. And we now have it in Splunk.
So I was going to say, this is really exciting because, we've been kind of talking about OTel over the last year and a half, and it's really cool to see these direct integrations between platforms, taking advantage of OTel because, we've historically kind of looked at it from the developer perspective, where you have to instrument the code and do all of the kind of, I don't want to say heavy lifting for as much as there's heavy lifting with OpenTelemetry, but this isn't even having to worry about that. I mean, we're saying, hey, any platform that accepts OpenTelemetry as a data stream, we can now configure ThousandEyes to send that to there. And this is crazy exciting. Every time I see something new from ThousandEyes, I'm just blown away.
I mean, it's definitely the heart of a lot of the observability that we're trying to do with Cisco, right? And so with the acquisition of Splunk and, bringing this into the mix, being able to have an open protocol that allows you to just stream anywhere, especially with all the agents the different agents that you can deploy within your network with ThousandEyes, it's an endless possibility of kind of seeing the full stack from top all the way from your application down to your network, and seeing that in one place with what it sounds like one API call. I think it's pretty awesome. Which I wanted to actually ask you, Alejandro, is this an API only feature, or could I actually set up OTel in the ThousandEyes dashboard?
Right now, we can only configure it through API.
Wow. API for the win. API for the win.
API first and forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a lot of calls. The steps are really simple, and you don't need a lot of background knowledge about this to achieve, as you mentioned, the observability. And so also something that I want to share is that we're betting on this integration, and we're reducing the limitations, right? Because what we did before, we were extracting the data through APIs, but we have APIs limitations like rate limit per minute, et cetera, et cetera. Since OTel it's a stream, we eliminate that issue. Previously, also, for example, we had a limit of we could stream 250 tests per account group. Right now, we don't have that limit. So this just going to keep improving and improving and improving, right? Right now, what I'm sharing is the current metrics that we can share, through the OTel stream for cloud and enterprise agents, from endpoint agents perspective. But for sure, this is a feature that is going to keep adding more characteristics, and it's going to just keep being better.
That's cool. I do have one question, and this might be a stupid question. I don't know Splunk that well. So on the Splunk side, for the visualizations that you built there, because the data stream is OpenTelemetry, did you have to configure those visualizations, or were they automatically generated because of the standardization around OTel?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Yeah, I mean, OTel just, let's say that ends the integration when we're already sending the data and from source to destination. Once the destination receives any stream data from OTel, we will need to manage that data to be able to present it the way I'm showing you. So here, we apply filters, we manipulate the data, because this is just an example, but the possibilities are infinite, right? Like, we can modify how we want to look the data. Right now, for example, I'm just looking at the latency, and I'm filtering by agent measurements. But, the possibilities are endless.
For some reason, I was thinking that I'd just make all pie graphs.
You're a pie graph.
I think I haven't eaten lunch today, and I'm hungry. Cool. This is fantastic, Alejandro. Thanks for showing us this. And I know we just saw a integration between ThousandEyes and Splunk, but Snackers, the possibilities are now getting to the point of being endless. If we actually look at the opportunities we have here, so whether it be Splunk, a Cisco Observability platform, some third party or open source vendors, if they accept OpenTelemetry streams as ingestion points, then this is the way to go. Alejandro, you are a first-time guest with our Veritable Snack Minute show here. And for every first-time guest, we ask this very important question, which is, which superpower would you have and why?
Oh, what superpower? That's a great question. I'm an animal lover, so probably I would like a power to talk to animals. I really would like to understand them better.
That's a new one.
That is a new one.
142 episodes in, and we got a new one. Oh, wonderful, Alejandro. You win.
You won the day. You showed us an API feature, an API-only feature. You showed us some pretty cool integration of Splunk and gave us an answer to a question that we've heard pretty much like the same
100
answer.
times.
Yeah. So,
not the same answer 100 times, but a lot of similar answers.
Yes,
but man,
yes.
Talking to animals, that's a good one.
Alejandro wins.
Alejandro wins. Alejandro, thank you so much for showing us this. Made our day. We can't we can't wait to start playing with it. And Snackers, keep an eye out for tutorials and guides on how to start using OTel in your organization. So thanks so much.
Thank you for the invite.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.